Right, AI is going to be used more widely to speed up cancer diagnosis within the NHS. The government set out how £20 million of funding is going to be used to roll out AI analysis of chest x-rays to every NHS trust in England by 2029. But it comes on the day that several high-profile health organisations are calling for the publication of a 10-year plan for the health service to be paused, saying it relies too heavily on AI. Earlier, I spoke to Preet Kaur Gill. She is the Minister for Health, Innovation and Safety and the Labour MP for Birmingham Edgbaston about this tech rollout.
Yeah, so today's announcement is about government rolling out proven AI technology. It's already helping millions of people and patients across the country. That means getting a lung cancer diagnosed much sooner. And we want to make sure that every trust benefits from this technology by 2029. So what is it? These are X-ray tools, almost like a second pair of eyes. They will help support clinicians make diagnosis earlier. That means faster treatment for patients and, of course, better outcomes.
So at the minute, it is being used in some parts of the UK, but not everywhere.
That's right. So already half of the NHS trusts across the country are already using it. And this is proven technology. It's helped more than 4 million patients. Early evidence is actually showing that reporting times for abnormal chest x-rays have reduced from 8 days to 4. That means we can identify lung cancer much, much earlier. I suppose my job as Health Innovation Minister is about making sure that innovation actually reaches patients safely and at scale. We do, I often hear from many people that excellent innovations always sort of remain stuck in pilots. But what this government wants to do is make sure that proven technologies actually become routine NHS care.
Just talk about a time frame for this, if you would, and how it's being paid for.
Yeah, so the money's been announced today, and we expect this rollout to be completed by 2029. Look, what do patients want? Every patient wants the same thing. They want the right diagnosis as quickly as possible. And this is about proven technology, helping clinicians identify those very serious conditions earlier. And it's about enabling clinicians to spend more time caring for patients and less time battling their backlogs. I know cancer outcomes shouldn't actually depend on where you live and what accessibility people have. Half the country, as I said, already benefits from this technology. So today's announcement is that everyone will benefit.
Are there any concerns, though, that this does take away some vital skills from NHS staff that are working in this sector already?
I think it's really important to say that the AI does not replace clinicians. You still need a clinician to make a diagnosis. What this does, it reduces the time it takes at the moment for clinicians to make that diagnosis. We want to make sure people get into treatment faster so they have better outcomes. That's what the technology is enabling. If we want to modernise the NHS and if we want to be transformative, we've got to look at how innovation and the AI technology tools actually support our clinicians in terms of delivering the best possible care.
I mean, it's interesting you say that, because I'm sure you would have seen today organisations representing more than 1 million NHS staff. This includes the BMA, the Royal College of Nursing. They're calling on your colleague, James Murray. They want to pause the publication of this 10-year plan for the health service, saying, among other things, that it relies too heavily on AI, which is something that we're discussing today.
Look, there are lots of really great innovation in this country by British companies, by clinicians that work in the NHS. They know what things would actually work to really be transformative and make sure that in the end, patients are treated safely and they have better outcomes, but they have access to the best possible treatment. And so what this government wants to do is make sure, of course, the technology's got to be safe. That's why what we're rolling out today is about proven technology. People already benefit. That's 4 million people in this country have already benefited from this. And we want to make sure that everybody benefits from what is proven technologies.
So what about those NHS leaders who are concerned, though? I've got this quote here in front of me from Nicola Ranger, Professor Nicola Ranger from the RCN, General Secretary of the Royal College of Nursing. She says digital technology such as AI, while likely valuable in improving administrative efficiency and in diagnosing some conditions, which is what we've just been speaking about, can never replace the care and expertise that nurses and other clinical professions provide. We, the people who staff the health service, are the only way to keep patients safe.
I absolutely agree with her. This is about adoption in the NHS across the board. This is not about replacing clinicians. As I said, this is almost like a second pair of eyes. These X-ray tools are able to make decisions much more faster. I think every single patient in this country, if they are worried about a cancer diagnosis and their GP's made a referral, they want to know that they are going to get a faster diagnosis and therefore better treatment and better outcomes from them. I know that the NHS staff want the same. So do we. This is not, and I can be very clear, not replacing clinicians. This is about giving clinicians the tools to make those decisions much more faster. I have visited a hospital in the time that I've been a minister where they are using technology, and I can tell you, gone are the days of spreadsheets when we're losing vital information, or how we use theatre utilization for instance. And so this is transformative, and I think when we share best practice, when we show the NHS staff what the difference it can make, I am sure they will fully back this.
And finally, what about that concern about pausing the publication of the 10-year plan for the NHS? What do you say to that?
I say that, look, it's really important that the NHS transforms, and this is a really important time. This is about delivery for patients. It's about better outcomes. It's about making sure that we have the best possible NHS, and that means that we've got to get more med tech innovation into the NHS. We've got to focus on prevention. We are already, making sure that we're moving more care out into the community, the neighbourhood health centres. It's really transformative. Clinicians are very much part of it. They should constantly be feeding in. We're always listening to them. But you don't pause a long-term strategy, because this is not about a short-termism approach. The NHS can't work like that. Our constituents, our patients want the best possible care, and we've got to be able to transform that. And you need a long-term plan in order to deliver it.